everybody. I love that Preston's over there in the comments using $5 words. Elucidate. It almost sounds like a Doctor Who word because I'm wearing a Doctor Who shirt. Can't tell because it's just striped up here, but there's an actual TARDIS somewhere. Oh, I can't turn. There you go, TARDIS. TARDIS. Sup, whoever's behind the name. That is Jay working today. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I'm always so glad to see you guys. I was feeling more and more every week, like getting to hang out with family. My comic family. Super thankful. Shanice and I are pretty excited today. I don't know if you guys know this, but Penguin Random House, which is the main distributor for Marvel and a bunch of other really big companies, does something super dope. They actually have we get like it's a monthly, right? Monthly meeting that we get to like talk straight to them via Zoom, and they tell us the stuff we're not supposed to know. You know why that's cool? A, they trust us not to blab. We can still say, hey, that's a pointy book you need to buy. So if you ever hear us say this series is important and you need to buy it, it's because we actually have actionable stuff. We're not blowing baloney. We're not trying to get you to buy stuff that you don't want. We're trying to let you be the smart person in the room or at your LCS or wherever. And the other cool thing is that it allows us to order properly. We're not surprised. There's no like, what? You didn't tell us this was going to be the thing. So anyway, if your LCS is lucky enough to have access to this kind of thing, meetings with the awesome distributors, encourage them to take advantage of that and to, share the information with you guys, whatever they can. You don't want to get in trouble for it, of course, because you don't want to be cut off from information. But anyway, this is all to say. We're here to give you really great reviews, spoiler free, so that you can head to your LCS and add things to your pull box. Make sure you are ahead of the curve so you don't get stuck with everyone else on Wednesday morning at the door going, I hope they have a copy for me. That's up against the glass. Sorry, it also looks like I was trying to make horns. Oh my gosh. There's open, that exact thing. That totally ages us, right? Does anyone know the open commercial from back in the day? 50 points if you know what that's from. Everyone quotes it, but do you know what company it was for? Huh? It's kind of like yelling out, where's the beef? All right, let's do the comic sense. Let's elucidate before your time. Yeah. Show the TARDIS twice. Would that be a retardis? Oh my goodness, you crazy people.
It's Dr. Aphra.
Oh man, it's Doc Aphra. Okay. I'm just gonna guess. I'm just gonna pretend. I'll pretend that you guys don't know who Dr. Aphra is. So Dr. Aphra is a doctor, but not a medicine. She is a doctor of now my brain's going to give me anthropology. That's not it. She's like a Indiana Jones. What's that one guy called? Archaeology. Like A words for 50 cents. So she's a doctor of archaeology. So it's weird because she lives in space. So she basically spends her time trying to find really rare and usually kind of like magical or powerful items. And you know what? It might be mermaids. I think that's right. So she usually is in trouble with the law. I don't know if she ever was on the side of being not a thefty person. I guess she's as thefty as Indiana Jones would be, right? He kind of turns it into the museum, but is also stealing out of someone's culture. Sorry. It's totally true. But okay. So in this one, when we meet her, this is not the original series. It was a Doc Aphra series. This is a new series. So she is she's been arrested. She's been caught stealing as usual. And I don't know why, but every time she gets caught, they kind of like are lenient to her. So they're like, oh, she'll be okay. We'll just tell her, don't do that again. And she'll say, I pinky swear, I'm not going to steal things. Meanwhile, she's sitting in an office that has something on the desk, which later on is not on the desk anymore. So she's a pretty good thefter. So why is it snakes? It's always snakes. That's right. So this is great. There's actually, you can see him in this cover, so there's not spoilery things, so I'm not going to say I'm going to do a spoiler, but it's really cool because during one of these cycles, she actually has Luke show up. And the object that she is after, she's been tasked with trying to get this object as they like have her be like, why would they hire her to be like their secret agent or whatever? Anyway, the object that she is tasked to find has really big implications for what it could do and then what it appears to do in relation to Luke. That seems like a super, super dangerous object. Extremely. And I don't know if she should have it or anybody else. So this is fun. This is like a heist book. This is like science fiction. This is Indiana Jones. I really like her. Oh, and I will spoil one thing. So she has somebody that is with her when she does her first heist and second heist that you're like, I don't know who this guy is. It's so funny who it ends up being, y'all. I can't wait for you to read this book. It's a funny twist. Not a crystal skull. No.
The Last Witch, Blood and Betrayal, to follow up to the Last Witch series, which I think you read in the past.
Gosh, I swear it was always Kyle that stole this book.
Oh, well, it's I really enjoyed it. Again, like this is a sequel series, so of course you are going to have to read the like the first series prior to this, but that's not a terrible thing because it's a wonderful book. If you're into Irish mythology, magic, definitely do recommend this one. Mm-hmm. Something I really enjoyed, because it's been a while since I've read The Last Witch, but something I really did enjoy about this book is that the main character, like, she has just gone through the ringer. She, I guess if I can, I guess, catch people up, she finds out that she's a witch, that she's got magic, and she's not fully prepared for that. And she has to deal with the ramifications of that and some other revelations that's happened in her family. And keeping in mind that this is still like a kid, and she's lashing out, not meaning to, towards her brother and her friends and her grandmother. But yeah, I really did enjoy this one because again, just kind of seeing everything that she's going through, and you're being introduced to more magic beings in this universe that may have good intentions, they may not. And I don't know, it's just something about this book, and just kind of reading more about like Irish mythology and Irish magic. It's, I don't know, like it's just so fascinating. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a mini series or if it'll be an ongoing or a maxi series, but yeah, no, I thought that was really cute. I really do enjoy it. If you like young adult series, if you like magic, fantasy, I do recommend this one. It's a fun, light-ish read because it's got a pretty horrifying part in it, but it's nothing too gruesome. This is like a boombox book, so you're not going to see heads flying off.
She's a witch. Build a bridge out of her? What? She turned me into a newt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. You guys are gotten into some fun talk now.
Monty Python in the chat. Always good.
Anytime we can refer to awesome things.
Right.
Okay. So I read this whole book, which I was super excited about because it's Tim Seeley and Joe Illidge, which is an amazing creative team. But I also, when I was reading it, I was like going, wait, am I supposed to know who this character is? Because they have, in the last couple of the miniseries that have started out of the Spawn universe, they have been tied to previous characters like, the one that has the Nyx character in it and Black Ritual, which has been really, really great. But don't worry. If you know who Spawn is, you'll be okay, because Spawn's in this issue. But the main character there, who I think's name is Tasha, they call her, she has so many names in this book. She's one of these like triple quadruple agent guys. So this jumps back and forth a little bit in time, but what you need to know is if you like agents, especially in this universe, of course, that can use magic now, or that there is magic in play in the characters they're going to interact with. This one kind of has her show up to, kind of looks like she's supposed to be rescuing people that have been kind of like, we'll just say trafficked for lack of a better term. Although it seems more gritty than that, than just a normal ooh-la-la situation. It seems more like, I don't know, dire. She shows up. The way that it works out isn't the way you think it's going to, because you're always so used to characters showing up, doing the rescuing, and everyone's thankful and everything's great. That's not really the way it works through. And the other thing that you find out in this is that she actually had interaction with Al Simmons back when he used to be, I forgot what his rank is. He's a military guy. She has interaction with him then. So she knows who Spawn is, and she has it out for him. So she's actually pretty great at what she does, but I don't think she's as great as what it's going to take to be able to be equal to coming up against Spawn. Maybe. It's a great start anyway. It feels, all the books that they're doing right now have different kind of like good genres in the universe, so they don't all feel the same. So Salmon Twitch is police procedural, just like you'd expect from a, those two guys are police in the universe. You got Black Ritual, it's definitely magic based. And you've got this one, it feels like a heist, thriller. So if you're not reading any Spawn, you don't have to read all of the Spawn, honestly. Just find a corner of the universe that you like and enjoy it, or just pick someone that you like the creative team of and support them. And by the way, don't let the people that you love that are doing comics work through being in comics in a vacuum, because if you don't put out on social media or something, or send them a direct message, anything, tell them that you like their stuff, they don't hear you talking in your, to your best friend. They can't hear the whole universe. So just send them one and say, I liked this week's comic. You'd be surprised how many of them will actually answer you back and say thank you, because unless they see you at a show and you tell them that face to face, they just assume it was okay. And they worked on it 6 months ago. So for them, they don't know when a thing drops sometimes. So let them know you love them. Follow them and comment. There you go, Barlord. It's perfect. All it takes is a thumbs up or share or whatever. It helps them out a lot to know that they are loved and appreciated.
So cool. So
Woo!
Emma Frost, White Queen. So just gonna preface this by saying that I adore Emma Frost. I know people hate her because she's a jerk, but that's why I like her, because she's a jerk. So I was very excited to read this one. And this one takes place she was in her evil period with the Hellfire Club. And the book tells you that, hey, so she's not with the X-Men, she's not good. So this is, I guess, a prequel series for her. But yeah, it's just Emma at her most charming, biting, very, very sharp woman. And she is in Buenos Aires at a Hellfire Club event. And she's with other baddies, I guess. And the X-Men, they show up, and the big thing with this book, somebody within the club told the X-Men what was going on, what was going to happen in this building.
Snitch?
Yeah, so that's what she's trying to figure out, okay, who did this? And this is the main mystery for this series. again, I'm going to be very biased because I really like Emma and I really like this book. If you like Emma, I strongly recommend it. If you don't like Emma, I still recommend it because Emma's great. And I'm excited to see all these like miniseries one-shots featuring the different X-Women. And I would like to have more, and I want to see more Emma Frost adventures. So I'm hoping this does well, that it gets a stealth ongoing, but probably not, or at least another miniseries down the line. But yeah, I just really dug it. I just love Emma's banter. I love her comments. She's just adore her, love her.
My favorite thing she ever did was pretend to be Scott Summers.
Or when Wolverine and Scott were fighting and she made them bow to each other. So, oh man.
She's so naughty. She's the naughtiest.
That's why we love her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you read Lore War, this is a wrap up of the entire series. If you did not read Lore War, it's okay to read this book. They have enough reference to what happened to have you know what's going on now. The cool part about it is if you're nostalgic for all the different parts of Star Trek, they were all part of the Lore War storyline. So it doesn't matter which version of Star Trek you like or the characters. There a lot of them are touched on in this kind of like wrap up synopsis for what's coming up next. The most beautiful part of this is that there's a lot of interactions between Sisko and his son, who it seems like they've had a very strained relationship for a long time. And, you know, it's even mentioned in this book that the son felt for a long time abandoned by his father because his father was always going off, you know, like starship captains do. They have to go and do their job. And I'm sure it feels like where is my dad? In another part of the galaxy, of course. So this kind of wraps up the who did what and what the implications are of that series, and is very awesome and very Trekky. So if you're a Trek person, great. I don't know if I would choose this as my place to jump onto Star Trek. It has a little promo in here for the next Star Trek kind of interesting series, a little mini series called Star Trek Redshirt. That one looks like a great place to just like jump in and join because it's not, I don't think, tied to anything. I love it when they focus a story around a nobody in the universe, just like was it Bob, the Hydra Bob, when they have like a series where it's just a day in the life of Hydra Bob. It's kind of hard to be an agent of Hydra and, you know, go to the grocery store, I guess. So yeah, this is great, but this is really me reminding you to put Star Trek Redshirt on your pull box.
That one definitely do recommend that one, guys. It's great. Godzilla vs. Avengers. So this one, I kind of had like a mixed feelings about it because it's definitely the funniest out of all the Godzilla crossovers, like
Really?
with the Marvel characters.
Funnier
Yeah.
than Spider-Man, because usually he's a quippy guy.
Oh yeah, no, he's in this too. Like he's still very quippy.
It doubles down.
Yeah, so it's just quips abound, but it's not annoying. But like, I'm just trying to say, but I don't know. The main story, the main events was okay, and I hate saying that considering like what happens in this book, because it normally should be like, oh, this is like a big holy crap moment, but it kind of seemed secondary to the New Avengers and their, I guess, interrogation of sorts that happens in this book, because I guess not the plot, but the framing of this, they're being interrogated by someone from S.H.I.E.L.D. saying, hey, what's going on? Like, you guys destroyed the city. It's like, that wasn't us. That was the giant lizard that we had to deal with. So the main conflict, it just kind of felt secondary to them just kind of cracking jokes with the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and other characters that appear in this book. it wasn't my favorite out of all the crossovers, but if you're a hardcore Godzilla fan, a completionist that you just need to collect every single issue, yes, grab it. But I was a little bit disappointed with this one. I hate saying that because Godzilla versus Avengers, but needed a bit more I guess.
So what's so interesting is that there's so many Godzilla crossover titles and Godzilla main titles that we were actually having a talk before we went on the air about which ones are superstars and which ones surprised us for how good they were. But yeah, it's like the early Godzilla crossovers where I just like the, who they're crossed over with. I was just like, I don't know how they're gonna make this work. And we're so good and we sold out of them so fast. It was really surprising to me. And I don't see any Godzilla burnout quite yet. Okay. So, Great Adventure of Jeff Landshark. If you are not familiar, the other characters in the Jeff universe do talk, but Jeff himself does not, because he's a land shark. He makes noises. You might say meat or those kinds of things. But this one is a very fun little romp, just like they always are in the past. Like the last Jeff Landshark book had a bunch of little like 1-page or 2-page or 3-page stories all kind of like put together, which were really fun. This is one continuous story. And the cool thing that happens in the book is that there is a new character that shows up. So if you're a collector of all new things, this is a good one to get. And Jeff has gotten hugely popular because of Rivals, the game. So whether you do that or not, you probably should pick this up because it's a really great book for you as an adult to read and enjoy and just be happy because it's going to bring joy to your heart. But also it's a perfect one to then, if you don't need it for your collection, to hand it to kind of like any age, right? It's a good, like, hey, you haven't tried comic books yet, try this. So for like a kid, or let's say that there is a significant other in your life that they're like, I could never like comic books. This one probably is one that will maybe, get someone over that hump of like, I couldn't like something. How did Jeff rate an art germ cover? Because he's dope. He's the best. And I've got some very pointy information. Jeff's going to have some other important stuff coming down the line. So they're not overdoing it with Jeff. They're not giving us like a million Jeff books, just the right amount, because we keep selling out of everything as it comes out. But there's more coming for him.
Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, like having 2 books featuring 2 very cute creatures as a focus. So yeah, again, very biased against this one, or biased for this one, because dogs are amazing. They are one of God's most precious creatures, and they should be immortal. And this one I absolutely loved. It's written by Ryan North, so there's going to be quality there already. And Mike Norton did the art, so again, more quality. Yeah, I just really dug this one. It follows the last couple of days of Krypton, and you're seeing the everything from Crypto's point of view. And of course, he's a dog. He's just loving life, and Superman's parents are like freaking out because it's like, hey, Krypton is going to explode. What can we do? So while they're trying to figure out how to get off the planet or to convince other people to leave with them or trying to save as many people as they can, Crypto is just living his best life. This is one that, can't believe I'm saying this because I didn't think I was going to have to before I read this one. Try to avoid any spoilers with this because the ending, it's a good one, and it makes you want to read issue 2 like as soon as I can. like we know what the outcome is going to be with this character and characters like surround I guess I shouldn't say Superman is a supporting character to Crypto, but in this book he very much is. But yeah, I really loved it. This was a very fun book. There's only one time reading this book where I was like, oh my gosh, is the dog going to be okay? But it's Crypto. Crypto's it's fine. I don't consider that to be a spoiler because we're seeing Crypto pretty much every day at this point, with the trailers and appearances like this and certain facsimile that comes out tomorrow. But yeah, really fun book. Really do recommend it. If it's something that you don't normally read, like as lighter comics, I still would check it out because Ryan North, he has not missed in quite a while with this and his Fantastic Four series.
So I actually, on my date with my husband, because we talked about nerdy stuff, he had asked about Crypto and what his origin was. He was like, he's from Krypton, right? And I was like, yes, but I don't know the answer to that fully. So I looked up his origin, and it's not in this, right? I'm not spoiling something if I say.
That's fine.
Like, so what I didn't understand is that, at least according to the interwebs, that Crypto is from Krypton, and in preparation for the capsule in which he was going to be sending his son away in, his dad actually sends Crypto first to make sure that it's a viable thing to be able to do. But he ends up being kind of like, I don't know when he actually shows up, if he shows up at the same time or not, but he gets kind of like, like they put them in cryo sleep or whatever. Makes it sound like he doesn't wake up until much later, which is interesting. Can you elaborate? Am I misunderstanding anything that
that follows that does happen in this book, but something else happens. It shows what happened to Crypto when that happened.
Okay.
So good. That's what I'm just trying to be vague about. And cats, I love cats. I love Sphinx cats because I talked to Jen about it because they just look so weird.
They're big old ears.
Yeah, cats are also great. I love any kind of animal. Maybe not roaches, but I can tolerate most, if not all of them.
Streaky, yes. Oh yeah. I was so happy that Shanice let me read this one. I didn't really want to have to go to battle to be able to read this one, but I might have. Maybe. Okay, so in the first issue, I hope you guys all got it. I mean, is there anyone on the planet that didn't buy this book in order to like open mini blind bags to find really awesome foil covers? Oh, okay, so there's one person on the planet that didn't get this book. I hope you guys all got this book. I'm sure that your LCS still has this book because everyone bought a ton of it. How about space chimpanzees? Always space chimpanzees. Apes in general. Super apes specifically.
Space apes.
Space apes. Okay, so Battle Beast. The only thing you need to know about Battle Beast is he is a huge agenda in this issue. He really wants to die a warrior's death, I guess. So he wants to find someone that is equal to the task to actually make a play for actually being able to kill him. But no, he really just has a bloodlust, right? He would like to, I think he says that, but I don't think he really means that. I think he's just trying to find people to like chop up. So in the last issue, he ends up conquering somebody and taking their ship. The ship seems to be live or it talks. It has a personality. So it's kind of a smack talking ship, which is kind of fun to me. And in the ship was a being that he basically, I don't know if he ate half of him because he does like to eat whatever he kills, or if he just chopped off part of him. So in this one, this is like picks up where that left off, right? So he's basically, telling this half of whatever being to shut up, or he's just going to eat the rest of him. And trying to get the smack talking ship to be like, you need to take me where I'm telling you to take me because I can just take you apart if I want to. So this is a lot of like, you see the little, bitten in half creature doing a really good job of kind of manipulating Battle Beast. Whereas like Battle Beast says, I am only interested in finding Big Battle. And this guy says, oh, well, if this is true, you like the guy who you just battled. His sister is from my planet. where I want to go home to very badly. See what I mean? It's like, I don't know if it's true, but on the way to do this, all kinds of chaos happens. And it's like all of the premises for like, oh, in order to get this to happen, something this has to happen. How about this happening? It gets more and more crazy and more bloody. So if you like gladiator warfare, in which you can see many gutses and stuff, Battle Beast is totally for you, because it's just the whole series is just built for gore. So I love it.
Cool. Absolute Flash number 4. Still really liking it. I adore Absolute Flash's suit, and it was nice to see more characters introduced in this book. And again, Wally is just going through it, but it seems like there's a light at the end of the tunnel for him.
Has he figured out anything yet?
So there are some revelations that happen in this issue. I'm sure like in the next one it'll just be like, what? But yeah, I really like this one. I really like this one quite a bit. I remember that I kind of had some issues with the pacing initially when this first started. I feel like this has kind of the opposite issue with Absolute Green Lantern a little bit, where that one's a little bit more slower, but you know at the end it's going to pay off. This one it's not trying to be funny, but it kind of like bam. It's got some pretty fast pacing with this issue or with this series.
It's purposeful, honestly.
To
make you feel disjointed.
Yeah. Just like Wally, which okay, yeah, that's a fair point. Which looking at it through that lens, that is interesting. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just really liking it. I'm actively looking forward to like another Flash issue every month. I don't think this is a spoiler because this happened in the last issue, but I do like Wally's dynamic with Girly Grodd. And I like how Grodd looks in this series, like a little tiny monkey. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there are characters that are introduced that you'll be very familiar with. And there is something that was written in the background as like graffiti that I don't know if it's a tease for something. And if it is a tease, I'm going to be so upset because I want to see these characters in the Absolute verse, or I don't know what we're calling it, but like in the Absolute series or world or whatever. So I'm hoping that's Lamar just being like, hey, I hope you're looking at graffiti. This might come back later. But my theory, I still think it is going to happen in this book. I've talked to Jen about it, and I think I've talked to some of y'all about it as well. But yeah, Absolute Flash, I'm still enjoying it. I'm not sure what the general consensus is with y'all who are watching this show, if you're reading it, if y'all are still liking it. I'm hoping for too.
Farlord wins Barry Allen as a Reverse Flash.
And for sure, I love Captain Cold and Boomerang's design. Like, honestly, I think out of all the Absolutes, like the redesigns for these characters in the Flash are still like the strongest. They look so cool. Golden Glider looks amazing too.
Wasn't Barry in the facility when the event occurred? Yeah. So how could he have been there and had nothing affect him, but have everything happen to Wally?
It's got to be something. Like I'm really hoping that this is the case.
I think you're onto something, Warlord.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not realize we needed a third version of the Ultimates, but Tony believes so that's what matters. So I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the way he is approaching making a new team, even though he thinks it's brilliant, but that's kind of on brand for Tony, even this young upstart Tony, that is Iron Lad, right? I do like his outfit very much, and in this one, whenever they show him and there's somebody else, they like make it almost look like neon brights, those colors. I'll call them Mark Spears colors. where it's like super saturated. So I will tell you, this is definitely worth reading. If you're already reading Ultimates, then I know you're going to pick it up anyway. But this one, oh my gosh, there's so much opportunity for spoiler here. So I'm just going to not do anything spoilery at all. But I'll tell you that the choices that are made for who is chosen for the new Ultimates program, because, you know, Howard has got access to the, oh, it's a fancy named object in which they can actually give people like they can turn them into soups. It's a very big power to be having and to be choosing for people and trusting people with. It just seems like this is going to go all kinds of sideways. Howard the Duck. No, I have a feeling that what we're going to see is people you've never seen before. I will just tell you, I'm 100% certain. Never seen before because of what they're doing.
Just feel like an actual duck and put like a little hat on him.
There you go.
There you go.
You know what's so cool is that they're doing new Howard the Duck like graphics, like big epics.
Oh yeah,
and we still have ours, but I feel like I'm pretty smart. I ordered deep on the original series. Maybe now they're worth $1 million.
Bring on the bad guys, Doom. So, you know, Doom is awesome. Doom is great.
Wait, are you an acolyte?
Doom is awesome. Doom is great.
Knew it.
Should have known when you found out I like Cyclops. But this is a very fun one shot in a series of other one shots I'll be coming out. This is a this is a throwback follow-up series to the one that came out in the 70s. Each one featured various bad guys. Doom was also in the original one as well. So this one, because we talked about this in a meeting today, I don't know how much I can say.
I know, it's so weird because when you like, that's the danger of the meetings, right? It's like, how much of this am I supposed to like let on to?
Yeah, so I guess I can say they do seem like one shots that
we should absolutely say that.
Yeah, but yeah, we can say that for sure. But they are connected. You are gonna want to get all of these, and that's all I can really say about you guys reading it. And once you read it, you'll be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. But yeah, no, it's just Doom, just hamming it up. It's just being just Doom, and he's trying to get his hands on this item that we talked about it earlier today. That he's trying to get his hand on this item that he's like, okay, in the wrong hands that aren't mine, literally anybody else on this planet, they can't have this, but only I, Doom, can handle this item because I want it.
Maniacal thinking right there.
So it is really, to be fair to him, this is an incredibly dangerous item. Just do, yeah. Just put that, like, once this is all collected, just put that as a review. Just do. Yeah, Doom is actually trying to do the right thing, I guess.
He always thinks he's doing the right thing.
In his own twisted way, but he does have a point this time around that if this item gets in the hands of this person, it's bad for everybody. So he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Howard the Duck?
It's Howard the Duck, yes. Howard the Duck is a true villain in the Marvel universe, the most dangerous being on it, like in the multiverse. It's like Tony Stark.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it is totally Tony Stark. It's like, I should not put this AI super intelligence into this super powerful robot, whatever. But it's me, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, definitely don't miss on
Jar Jar Binks Switch. Man, we're just going to touch every single fandom today. Oh, is that it? That's not true. Yeah, there were a lot of like more releases this week that were firmly into series. I've gotten a little bit gun shy because I think last week a lot of the books were super long, super thick books, which was great, but also it meant that I was like, will I remember everything I just read if I read so much stuff? So this is a good week to catch up. There are a ton of absolute reprints. Batman gets you another, is that 3, 4, 5?
Yes.
3, 4, or 5 for absolute Batman, which I can guarantee there are none on the racks right now unless your shop is way out of the beaten path. So grab those up. You have all the way until August before you start seeing any absolute trade paperbacks. So I know you're thinking it should happen any day, but you still have almost 2 months before you're going to be seeing any of those. So still just get all the little individual issues. If you get to the point where you get to your trade and you're like, I don't need individual issues, just gift them to somebody and give them the joy of comics. Howard will end up on top. Wouldn't that be really weird if he was a maniacal like overlord?
I mean, ducks are like evil. Like, have you read what they do?
Ducks are
ducks.
Yeah,
they're terrible. They're
chickens are even worse. They'll just eat each other.
Yeah, I guess birds just. Does anyone enjoy Sentinel? Reading that one?
I am not reading Sentinel. I should be because it's being written by one of my favorite creators, but I do want to point out some stuff to you guys this week. Heads up, Big Rig, Post Malone's got a whole bunch of stuff he's been doing. He's been going on a big tour across the country in a big rig, handing out special 0 issues of his comic book, which comes out soon, July. It says Impact is imminent. And this is through Vault Comics and co-written by, I think it's Adrian Wassel, who is a really great writer, by the way. And they're really gung-ho for all of this. Also, yesterday was 616 Day, so you might find this kind of swag at your LCS if they haven't already sold it yesterday or given it away or whatever they're going to do with it. But it is another thing to hunt down if you're interested in it. There is a new cool compact edition Batwoman Elegy, which I think is pretty hard to track down, that cool Retka series anyway. What else is really cool this week? Oh, this has been impossible to track down as a graphic novel for a long time. I highly recommend Spider-Man Blue.
The only thing that kind of drives me crazy about it, it's like,
is it because it's yellow?
No, it just says Spider-Man, but the text is in blue. So I guess that's how they're getting away with Spider-Man Blue, but they could have put a little thing there, is all I'm saying.
Oh, and if you happen to buy The Moon is Following Us from your LCS, they did get new reprints sent to them this week. So the original ones have got some kind of defect in them. You probably don't care about it. It's probably a page that's got some kind of weirdness to it, but you might want to trade that in if it means anything to you. And then, as always, definitely run, don't walk to your LCS to grab up your copy of Chip Zdarsky's comic news. It's ridiculous, y'all. It has actual news in it, but it's Chip Zdarsky, so it's crazy town. Crazy town. What else is there? Other big? I feel like there were so many things that were happening this week. Stay tuned to all the news, especially here on The Experience. We're trying to make sure you guys get news as soon as we have it for you. And there's some new shows that have been popping up. I saw Kyle and Henri did a show, I think Sunday, that had, I think it was a game show. Game show? What? We haven't had a game show on this network since way back when we had Nerd Killer Warfare, and that was a lot of fun. Our regular reminder for you guys, if you're looking for a local comic shop, use comicshoplocator.com. As far as I know, it still operates. You just need a zip code, and it'll give you all the ones near you. But who are we fooling? It's the era of the Googles. Google works just as well. Henri's doing something like that tonight. Wheel of FOMO. Yep, I saw that advertisement. And we have some really cool stuff in the works for y'all. I cannot wait to announce the stuff we have in works for y'all, but y'all aren't ready for this. So if you have friends that you think might like nerdy content, get them over and get them subscribed to the channel so that they can find the show that appeals to them. Tell them the ones you really like. If it's not this show, if it's Wonderland, which happens next, with has new comic books and a lot of fun. Those guys are super fun to watch. Even if you're not buying anything, which you should buy stuff. Or watch on Friday. Watch Nick's show where he sells real original art pages. And lest you worry, there are affordable things on that show. You can always there's always an entry level to every collectible, and he definitely tries to work hard to get something so you guys can afford some original art. And he's got really great taste, y'all. These are things he's collected for a long time. What else? Make sure you go and support your local comic shop, even if it's just a crisp high five. They do like seeing your face. And enjoy your summer. Spend time with your fam if you can. Just know that we really appreciate y'all. Sorry we ran out of books to talk about today, but this gives you a little bit of break between now and the next show. Jay, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
So, don't forget, Welcome to Wonderland is next. Then Kicking It with Henri later on tonight, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Then Wednesday, you got the Hour of Comic Selling Power with Rex at Comic Collectibles at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Then you have Triple B's live show coming up right after that at 8 Central, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Then you have the Kyle and Jay Q&A, where we're going to be talking about can Superman get stronger? Can he exercise? If Bruce Banner exercises, does the Hulk get stronger? Important stuff we're going to be talking about at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Wednesday. Then Thursday, you got What's in the Box with Miss Jen at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Then you got the Geek Chat at their new time. I believe it's 8:30. I believe it's 8:30.
Okay.
Hopefully. Check it out one of the 30s, y'all, after Miss Jen. I'm not great with Central Eastern times and all that. Then at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, K-Pop and Jenna will be hosting a ladies' night on Melomog SketchUp, since they're going to be at a con or something. Then Friday, Kyle will find a guest for the FOC show. Matthias is going to a con, and that's at 1 Eastern, noon Central. Then we have Michael Lovitz hosting the art show at 7 Eastern, 6 Central for Nick. And Kyle will be running those shows because we are actually going to Comicpalooza Friday through Sunday. So Kyle will be hosting that. And then my puppy is getting crazy, y'all. Then at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, you got Friday Night Live with Nancy McCann at Comics Unlimited.
Boys, I've got some good stuff happening this week. I'm pretty sure I've cracked your code about like whether if they exercise they'll get stronger. I'm pretty sure if Howard the Duck drinks more booze, he gets more sassy. That's the big change.
I might just use that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does he get if he drinks more martinis? All right, everybody. Thanks for being with us this week. We're super thankful to see y'all. From me and Shanice. Bye.